welcome to the Art Bulletin, and thank you very much for staying with Morning Live. We're coming to you from the Nairok Sculpture Park out in the cradle of humankind. 2 more artists have been added to the list of creatives that will represent South Africa at the 15th edition of the Venice Biennale. James Webb and Zanele Moholi will showcase their works alongside artists like Penny Siyopis, Sem Hlengetwa and David Kulwane, to mention a few. That brings the total number of South African artists participating to 18.
Zanele Moholi recently made headlines for winning the International Freedom of Expression Index Award in acknowledgement of the significance of her work. She will exhibit the entire archive to date of her seminal Faces and Phases, while James Webb will translate and transform T-Rex's 1972 glam rock hit Children of the Revolution into a South African protest song for choir. Exhibition curator Brenton Mott says in addition to the exhibition, Venetian authorities have granted permission for an exciting series of public performances to take place within public spaces of the city. Ati Patra Ruga, Donna Kukama, Kimang Wali Hulere and Nelisiwe Xaba will interrogate in some way the critical concerns of the contemporary archival practice.
Creative currencies, accessing opportunities in an expanding market. That's the theme for this year's Arts and Culture Conference. The conference will take place at the UJ Arts Centre in Johannesburg from the 6th to the 8th of August.
What we've seen from last year is that 2 days is really not enough to properly interrogate topics and themes and things. And what we're doing this year is we will be implementing the conference over 3 days instead of 2. And we are also creating an opportunity for arts practitioners to showcase at an expo component of the conference, which will be administered by the Cultural Development Trust, to showcase their cultural goods, services and products to delegates at the conference.
The highest earning but most overlooked artists of sound are finally getting their own awards ceremony. The first Global African DJ Awards will recognize and celebrate African DJs and their contribution to our music industry.
The producers of the DJ Awards announced on Wednesday that their first annual ceremony scheduled to be held today has been postponed. The event is the brainchild of Stronghold Entertainment and Stats Media Group, expected to award some of Africa's finest DJs who have excelled in their field of work. The technical requirements and budget needed to stage the event will only be available in a few weeks. The African Global DJ Awards will now take place on June the 4th.
The Nairok Sculpture Park is host not only to the Art Bulletin this weekend, but also to the Winter Sculpture Fair, which kicks off in a few hours. The fair will host chefs and winemakers from Stellenbosch who will show off their skills and products in this exquisite sculpture exhibition background.
Well, basically what we've done is we've brought all of the top chefs and winemakers from Franschhoek to Nairok, which, as you guys have seen, is a spectacular venue just outside of Johannesburg and Pretoria. And our thinking was that there aren't actually that many beautiful day trips for Joburg and Pretoria people to do. And everybody loves Franschhoek food and wine. It is the culinary capital of the country. So it's an opportunity for people in the Gauteng region to come out here with friends and family and spend a day surrounded by beautiful art and enjoying great food and wine. I think the most important thing to bring is comfortable shoes, because it's a huge 15-hectare property and there's art scattered all around, so we want people to really take the day out, enjoy it at leisure, walk around the grounds and enjoy it.
Soweto's artistic community is showcasing their products at the Soweto Arts and Crafts Fair today. Artists and crafters from the southwestern townships will share this platform to exhibit and sell their works.
The aim of the fair is to help bridge the gap between artists that are already well known and artists that are not known yet. So what we did with this fair is we tried to bring artists around Soweto so that we can actually try and give them a platform where they can actually just display their artwork, sell it and treat it as a business. What the fair will do for the Soweto community is that it will bring the art back into Soweto, because art was lost in Soweto.
The Theatre Art Admin Collective is calling on applications from emerging theatre directors to learn more about the craft and showcase their works at the Baxter Theatre in Cape Town. Bursaries will be offered for July and October this year. Closing date is the 10th of May.
On offer this year are 2 bursaries brought out by the Baxter Theatre, with the first running from the 15th of July to the 17th of August and the second from the 28th of October to the 30th of November. The bursary offers an emerging theatre director, a mentor, a small budget, a month's rehearsal space and a week of performance at the Theatre Arts Admin Collective. Any directors that are interested can send in their choice of dates, one-page creative proposal, their CV with 2 preferences, to the address below.
An exhibition titled Et al. Opened at Arts on Main this week. It showcases the works of both young and experienced South African artists, ranging from paintings to installation-based works.
We have, on the It's All group exhibition, we have 21 pieces, and it is a collection of artists from Johannesburg mainly. They're both established and non-established. We mixed them in that way so that the unestablished artists get exposure and along with the more established artists.
One of the country's leading youth orchestras, Miyagi, will take 110 of their members to Central Europe and Scandinavia in 2014 for what they call a sensational music tour. Today, those musicians will perform in Far West Johannesburg, just to give us a taste of what they'll take abroad next year.
We bring the orchestra together once or twice a year. So we always have a 2-year program where we do auditions. And when you make the orchestra, you're part of it for 2 years. And at the end of that period, we do a European tour or wherever else we're invited to. So next year, the tour will go to Scandinavia and Middle Europe. It is really not really about the end achievement. It's about the process. It's an educational developmental project. The education, we mean that you start at a certain level and you work yourself really to improve. And within that process, you learn a lot.
And that's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin from the Nairock Sculpture Park. If you have access to Facebook, we have an exciting competition for you. We're giving away one set of 4 recently released South African albums. All you need to do is tell us who is the UK-based musician who was on the Art Bulletin last week Saturday. I repeat, who is the UK-based musician who was on the Art Bulletin last week Saturday? We'd like you to give us her name and the name of her band. Our Facebook page address is The Art Bulletin, and in brackets, Morning Live. You can also get a hold of us for any other reason on morninglive@sabc.co.za by email. Our Twitter handle is simply @The Art Bulletin. Until tomorrow morning, it's a goodbye from us.